So I honestly thought I wouldn't have to make another video like this, but I was unfortunately proven wrong by one of my ex-friends. The guy in the video, you probably know him as Nate/Nwuns, or some people like to call him as Natey. He's pretty known in the Roballer community, so it wouldn't be a surprise if you knew him. Nate was caught talking to a 15-year-old girl that he would exchange messages with on Instagram. In these messages, he would say some pretty crazy stuff, especially in this one where he knows how old she is and he knows her age. This dude quote says, "I'll give you a child once you're older." Scroll down a little bit and you see, "I want one now," is what she says. And this nigga says, "You can't have one at 15, sigh." It's like, what the fuck are we even doing anymore? And what makes this even more crazy is that this used to be one of my day ones, bro. Like one of the first person I met on this community. And it's just sad how he's going out like this. Now some of y'all might ask and be like, "Wait, Zadette, can some of these DMs be faked?" Well, yeah, they can be faked, obviously, but they're not. And Jolly is going to show you the reason why these are not fake DMs. And plus, they have been recorded on a screen share with a video that will link below.
Alright guys, thank you for Zadette for throwing me out there, and I will explain to you guys now how these screenshots are not fake, and how Nate's only points about this being, false screenshots and a fake app are just completely false and not possible, like logically, just any way, shape or form. So you guys know, like, if you guys know any coders, feel free to ask them, or anybody that even knows anything about web API or scripting or anything. Apps, iOS, Android, doesn't matter. They're all based off of web API. They all have the exact same API, and it's used the exact same way in web development or website design. So, if you guys know, I'm gonna start with this first because this is like the first thing that pops up in the video. If you go to an hour and 7 minutes and 30 seconds, they show them on Nate's Instagram clicking his TikTok, and it shuffles to his TikTok account from the app. If you know this, a URL from a hosted website will not pull up on the app. It will not load to it. You cannot click links. It will become a null link on an unhosted app. That is just how web API works. If it has no hosting, service from the beginning, it will not have valid links on the website or app, either or. They use the same API. So, I mean, you can see right here, they're showing the screenshot. Not the screenshot, sorry. They're on screen share doing all this live on the video. You can see him. He clicks the Instagram, from Instagram, he clicks the TikTok link, and it pulls up his account. Not possible if it was a fake app. That's my whole kind of point here, is that it cannot be a fake app. And you'll see why that's kind of important in a second. So, it can't. It's a live URL being clicked from a hypothetical unhosted web API or app, whatever you want to call it. Therefore, that is not possible. Now, if we go a little bit forward, I want to show like them still being on the thing. Now, you guys also know this. I feel like most people will just know this just because, I mean, if you're not stupid, you cannot fake messages from the actual server's data. So therefore, these messages could be fake. The ones that are already loaded in, right? Because they're already here, and we haven't, like, I mean, obviously they loaded up the chat, so I still feel like the argument's still invalid. But either way, possibly, you could say these messages are faked. But watch, give it a second. They will start scrolling through the message. You'll see them loading in. Right here, you see them loading. Loading. That is not possible for those messages to be fake. It's not. They can't be edited because Instagram, like the way messages are loaded in, is because they're backed up on a data service. Therefore, they cannot just be loading in as edited messages. It's not possible. And obviously, this goes back to my first claim where it cannot be a fake app because of the other reason. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Also, before we end this video, I would like to tell you guys something about the Hoopz community that Nate has roles in the Discord on. After all this blew up and Zadette was telling everyone in BBG about it, we then moved to the Hoopz community because he was known in that community. So we wanted to make this more widespread because obviously you don't want a game to have a guy with a bunch of roles that is a pedophile. That's obviously just not a good look. PDF, sorry, I might have to blurt that out. Well, after all this blows up, they lock the general chat. They lock all the chats actually, and they close all the general VCs, so not everyone can group up and talk about it. And what they do is they pull Nate into a call with about 5 other staff, and I get a staff member to drag me in there. Well, once I'm dragged in there, I ask for screen share permissions to screen share all my proof and to show off like what everything that I know and that I can help them work with, because I just want to make this clear. Nate was a good friend before this. I coached him in Valorant when he first started. He's now a Radiant player. I like helped him like throughout all that time, like probably a full year where like he would DM me clips. I would explain him what he could do better, all this other shit. And so I'm trying to defend him and help him, and then I get banned from the server. Now I want you guys to understand this. Before I got banned, I'm not even joking. Luke, I don't know who he is. Co-owner, I think he has the role. He is the role co-owner in the Hoopz server. I don't know what kind of community member he is. So I would have to tell you guys that after this clip. And by the way, when I got banned, I can put a screenshot on the screen. Luke told me that it's innocent until proven guilty, right, in our court cases. And I'm like, yeah? And then he proceeds to tell me, well, did he have a court hearing? And I'm like, no. I'm like, did EDP have a court hearing? Did he get arrested? He goes, and so I say, does that not make him a pedophile or a PDF? And he goes, well, honestly, not really. Yeah, I got nothing. You guys can do with that information as you will. Roballer shit's dead. You guys need to get a grip, grown ass men, please.
Also, I just want to point out that this dude literally can't deny any of the allegations because when we found out, he already admitted to doing everything. So him saying that it wasn't him and all that, then apologizing, because if it wasn't him, he would not apologize to us. So yeah, this dude already sold his case. My nigga's a pedophile. I'm sorry it had to be this way, but bro, that's just nasty, bro.